Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd give my Canon 10-18mm F4.5-5.6 IS STM lens a proper review. Those of you who have been around on my channel for quite a while would have known that I've already actually given it a semi-review, but now that I've got a new technique with reviewing lenses, I thought I'd give it another shot. This lens is native to Canon's APS-C cameras, which means that you can't put it on full-frame cameras. Its full-frame equivalent is approximately 16 to 29mm, which makes it an ultra-wide-angle lens. This lens makes sense as a first upgrade from your kit lens, as it stops where your typical wide angle starts at 18mm, thereby increasing your maximum focal range from 10 to 250mm with your kit. It's also a very nice option for filmmakers as it has image stabilization and an STM focusing motor, which means that it will focus silently during video. It differs in filter thread size though, as both the kit lenses are at 58mm and the 10-18 is at 67mm. Although there's not much getting around that with ultra-wide-angle lenses anyway. Ultra-wide-angle photography is quite a bit different to other styles of photography just because of how wide-angle it is. It's actually wider angle than what your human eye can see, so it's definitely a different mindset to be in. Some potential uses of this kind of a lens would be to take photos inside of a house to make rooms seem bigger, and also astrophotography. But unfortunately, with the maximum aperture of f4.5, it's probably too dark to take out in the nighttime, even with a tripod and a remote. One of the upsides of having such a dark maximum aperture is that it's always sharp and also is very easy to focus. This lens actually has quite a complex setup here with 14 elements in 11 groups, and yet it only weighs 240 grams, which is the lightest out of the bunch. You can find these new on eBay for as little as 360 Australian dollars at the moment. It has an all-plastic construction, but it is made out of high-quality plastics, and in general I like the build quality. Just for comparison, this is what a standard wide-angle 22mm APS-C lens sees, and this is the exact same view from the exact same position at 10mm. Some of you may be asking why you would go for a lens like this instead of the previously dominant 10 to 22mm lens. But I have just one question to ask you. Why did you buy this lens? Did you buy it so you could shoot at standard wide angle or ultra? Well, there you have it. It's time to take this bad boy into the field. Just because this lens is an ultra wide angle lens, it doesn't mean that you can't do nice close focusing. This video really illustrates just how wide angle this lens is. Look at how much that tree you can see, and we're sitting right underneath it. Here it is at 10mm, and here it is at 18mm. One of the great features of ultra-wide-angle lenses is that you can get your entire subject in the frame from a close distance, as well as capturing the entire scene. So how does it work against bright lights? Well, see for yourself. There's not much ghosting here, and the contrast seems to hold up fairly well. So what can be said about this lens? It's lightweight, low cost. It also has a great set of features, a good zoom range, and it doesn't skimp on quality either. It's extremely easy to use and a bit of a no-brainer upgrade option for people with the kit lens. It's good on both the Canon mirrorless system and Canon DSLRs, and also I assume good on micro four thirds sensors, which would give a full frame equivalent of 20 to 36mm. This would go from a ultra wide angle to standard zoom range, which might be more useful actually. There are some caveats though. Ultra wide angle photography is very hard to get right, and also it's not really good for portrait work because if you have people on the outsides of your frame, it makes them very distorted and weird looking. It also could be hard to shoot indoors without a flash because of the dark maximum aperture of f4.5 to 5.6. This being said, it's still highly recommended from me, and you'll see why in the next sections. Luckily, the lens is sharp, wide open across the entire zoom range. But I can't say the same for vignetting and corner sharpness. At 10mm, it only gets to its best at f11. Throughout the rest of the zoom range, it gets best at f8.